Welcome to Video Reflection 14 for the week ending June the 21st, 2020 from St John's, Stoneleigh. This is the second of my video reflections on Genesis 1 to 11 under our general Sunday title of Lessons from the Dawn of Time. This particular reflection is set against the turbulent and uncertain times in which we now live, especially the Black Lives Matter unrest. The creation story begins with land and sea, a story literally set in stone, in which granite is an ancient example. And the creation ends in diversity, the immense and almost unmeasurable flowering of life, with humanity as the crown of that creation, with all our ethnic and racial diversity. When I was a kid, we sang a song in Sunday school, which might today be regarded as not politically correct. Some of you may remember it. Jesus died for all the children of the world, red and yellow, black and white, all are precious in his sight. Jesus died for all the children of the world. I stood on a lonely granite hillside in central Zimbabwe. The Matopos Hills are a beautiful place, sacred to the local people. Beneath me, etched in the rock, is a gravestone, Cecil Rhodes, memorialised here as well as in an Oxford statue, in academic learning through the Rhodes scholarships, and in the great railway that connects the mineral wealth of Central Africa with the rest of the world. The post-independence prosperity of Zambia is part of that legacy of Cecil Rhodes, despite the manifest injustices of his empire building. As an economic geographer, and having spent 4 years in Zambia, I could spend a lot of time expounding the story of that region and our need for a much more enlightened and reasonable view of history. Rhodes asked to be buried at his favourite spot in 1902. He called it the view of the world. Genesis provides us with a view of the world like no other. We can walk away from a scientific textbook with our heart and life unchanged. We cannot do that with Genesis. It is brief, powerful, pointed, and breathtaking in its scope. This Sunday, I'm using another geographical illustration based on the Outer Banks series of lighthouses on the eastern seaboard of the USA. Here is a picture, if you can see it, on your screen. The Carolina coastline is famous for its lighthouses. Roanoke Island and the mystery of the missing settlers, and the Wright brothers' first powered flight at Kitty Hawk. I stood at the top of Cape Hatteras and surveyed the shifting sands where land meets sea, almost a reenactment of the Genesis story of the separation of land and sea. Then I think of the wrongful separation in our time of black and white, rich and poor, haves and have-nots, and in the context of our Genesis series, the wrongful separation also of science and faith. We need markers and lighthouses to navigate these turbulent times. And in my view, the Bible, like no other book, gives us the fixed points by which to travel. Join me next Sunday morning or later on the website as we locate 9 lighthouses on that journey. In the meantime, I wish you God's blessing and safe travels.